on, Jason, think. Go back and grab some of the stuff you missed. Claire! Let her go!
Now the game even tells you to go back for the item pickups, but I already told you I'm not doing that until the very end, so we are moving right along.
I think this guy is officially getting on the commander's nerves. Do we know who sent him yet? As long as we send him back in pieces, I don't give a damn.
This is a trick that you can occasionally do. Instead of engaging the soldiers directly, just shoot one end of the wire and it'll electrocute both of them. Then just shoot the other end to detach it so that it's not a danger to you. And now all I'm doing here is going back for the health packs that I missed in the save room, and for this portion of the map right here. A little bit more of the map revealed, but once again, I already know where I'm going. Really, for this beginning part of the game, the map really isn't all that important because you can't go the wrong way. All of the wrong ways are blocked off by either foam or missile doors or jumps that you can't make, so you don't really have to worry about that.
Can you believe this guy's luck? He has luck. We have training and weapons. We can't take a chance of him interfering with the operation. Keep your trap shut. He could be eavesdropping. Come on, if he was around here, we'd know.
You gotta love dramatic irony. Anyway. Sorry I didn't use my flashlight there, but those are actually grenadable rocks. Just throw a grenade at them and they'll break, and then you can come down here and swim. Just like with regular movement, holding X will allow you to swim faster. You can ignore the first opening and just come up to the second one. You do have a long enough breath meter to be able to do that. Now the way to proceed forward here is over to the right, but if you come over here to the left, immediately melee this guy before he can shoot you, you can find a nice conveniently placed save room right here with some health packs and grenades in it if you need them.
Claire! No. No, 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 Claire! Damn it! Oh, great.
Okay, second boss fight, although it's not really a boss fight, so I'm just going to call it a mini boss fight. First thing you want to do, crouch and immediately shoot this vent and take cover down here. Then without sticking your head out, by clinging to the side of the wall like this, toss a grenade and get rid of the two soldiers. Now what you're going to want to do is, instead of engaging the Devastator directly, come down here underneath it, climb up this ladder slowly, and come up behind it. Now what you want to do is you want to find the spot on this ladder where you can just barely see above ground, but not such that you're so far up that the Devastator will turn around and face you. And then as you can see, the Devastator's weak point is the exhaust port on what is essentially its ass. The fight up here shouldn't pose you too many problems as long as you aren't too nonchalant about it. First, melee the guy that's not facing you. That's a good way to start things off. And then what you can do is grenade the guys that are bunched up. You can also shoot the exploding canisters and headshot the rest. Now, I just leveled up, which effectively replenished my health entirely, but if that doesn't happen to you because you're not playing on Insane, well, your health probably won't be as low as mine was, But you can also come down here to the left after dispatching this soldier. Okay, see, now my health is really low like it would have been if I hadn't leveled up. Come on down here. Swim under the rock. And you can find a health upgrade over here. So all you've really got to do to avoid this gunship is swim under the water when it attacks. You may take a few bullets, but it won't be enough to kill you. Just make sure you resurface before you run out of breath. Once you reach the cabin on the island in the middle, you can actually hop over it and then go back inside it, and you can find an infinite health replenish box.
You're not stopping me.
There's also a grenade box in here, but for the most part that doesn't really matter. It's the health box that you're after.
Let's go hiking, Jason. It'll be fun, Jason.
The door here is very obviously locked. You can head through here and grab the health packs from this save room, but if you continue going that way, you will find another locked door that'll block your progress. You have to go back here and make your way inside using this opening underneath the rock.
Those alarms are driving me crazy. Do we really have to drill today? This isn't a drill. Word is we got an infiltrator. Seriously? Just one? That shouldn't be a problem. This base is huge, man. You know that. Needle in the haystack. Yeah, well, if I find him, they got to answer for my headache. You and me both.
Now there's a funny little trick you can actually do here. It's sort of an exploit, but I really don't find that it takes anything away from the greatness of the game by doing this. So what you can do is if you drop a grenade down here, it'll kill the soldiers above you. And then you're going to want to head up the ladder into this control room, and you will find your second gun.
MP50. Nice.
You also effectively unlocked the door that was blocking your progress, so now you can continue through the save room. And I just want to make a note here of that death counter at the bottom. This will be an edited run. I am editing out all my deaths, but I will keep a counter of how many times I died, where I died, and more importantly, where I did not die. So if you see my health changing and you're asking yourself, hey, Hokey, how did you suddenly get more health? Well, that's how, because I edited out my death and picked up more health packs in the save room when I respawned. But you already knew that because of the death counter at the bottom of the screen. Anywho, continuing right along, you should be able to run up to this guy and melee him.
Who are these guys? Homegrown terrorists or what?
And then this is going to be a big set piece room. You're going to face another Devastator and a lot of soldiers. What I like to do is wait behind this box and wait for the guy with the pistol to turn around so that he doesn't see me, then hop up here to the high ground and fight from here. Like I mentioned earlier, it's much easier to land headshots when you're either shooting at the same level or shooting down from the high ground on the soldiers below. Now the tough part about this room is that after you clear out the initial wave of soldiers, or at least most of them, you're going to have a second wave of 3 soldiers come out of the door back there, including a Devastator. You're going to want to take out the accompanying soldiers as quickly as possible, even use grenades if you have to, but then you have the Devastator to worry about. Now, we learned in the previous fight that the Devastator's weak point is behind it, but in this case we can't really get behind it, so we just have to grenade it to death. And so Chair has provided you with an infinite grenade case. The problem is, it's kind of out there and exposed. Now, fortunately, the grenades will stun the Devastator, so for the most part you can infinitely grenade it to death without any worries. If it does fire off a barrage of bullets or a volley of rockets, you can just hide behind the box until it's finished and then pop out and grenade it. Now I just want to say something about this part coming up. The fight that I just completed with the Devastator never actually killed me, but a lot of times it did leave me weakened enough such that these couple of fights coming up did kill me. One option would possibly be going back to the save room to grab some health packs, but if you've used all the health packs from the save room, you would have to revert to your last save, in which case the Devastator doesn't respawn, but enough of the soldiers respawn to give you just as many problems as you had before. So that's not really an option. Now the problem with these couple of rooms is that there's going to be a bunch of guys that are like just inside of doorways, and they will shoot you before you can even really aim at them and realize that they're there. It's kind of a matter of luck, to be honest. Fortunately, Chair didn't make this mistake too many times throughout this entire game, so this just gets a pass in my book. So you can see that the soldiers in this room were facing me and shot at me immediately as I entered the room, and I had no chance of avoiding it. Now what you can do is go down this ladder slowly and make sure that this guy patrolling is not facing you, and then come up behind him and melee him. Now this part with this elevator is what got me killed both times that I died in this section. When you reach the ground floor, the doors will open and there will be 2 soldiers with pistols on either side of the doorway, and one of them will be facing you. You will get shot by one of them. What I like to do is head over to the right like this, assassinate the one soldier, and then get in this vent and fire grenades at the other one until I hear him stop shooting. The only problem with this strategy is you sometimes won't be able to get into the vent quick enough, and you will get shot up by that other soldier. But once you get through that part, you have nothing to worry about here. Like I mentioned, turrets only do 1 damage per bullet, even on Insane, and you even have a nice convenient box here to hide behind that covers you from all incoming fire as long as you duck. You'll have to shoot all of the turrets and destroy the camera in order to unlock the door.
The paralysis has taken effect, yes? I despise pain, you know. I find my subjects are far more willing to talk if they're forced to watch me dissect them. They spill their guts, so I don't have to. Watch. I'll show you.
Let her go!
Welcome. You don't look like a killer to me.
Come on, let's go.
I can't move because of that stuff he shot me up with.
I'll carry you.
I'm dead weight. Forget it.
Forget it. Screw that.
Jason, listen. You gotta find something so that we can leave together. A jeep, a tank, anything. Stash me behind those cabinets. I'll be fine.
Stash you behind That's crazy.
That's why it's perfect. The guy's lying here, dead. This is the last place they'd search. Who'd be crazy enough to hang around here?
I just wish I knew what was going on here.
You know, I heard them say something about the big push. It's happening today. We fell into the middle of something big, Jason.
This is ridiculous. Do we look like NSA?
What does NSA look like?
How would I know?
Exactly. You have my backpack. Good. There's walkie-talkies in it. We can keep in touch. Now kiss me and hurry back.